And good afternoon and welcome to Mural House Field, home of the Jackson Christian Eagles. You are watching the BallGame Blitz Network, produced by Worthy Road Studios on the Jackson Christian Facebook page. I'm Coach Joe Holloway. I'll be your play-by-play man for the evening. This is a copywritten broadcast, or copyright if you prefer to say it that way, of Worthy Road Studios for the year 2023. And, of course, any rebroadcast, retransmission, further use of this contest without the express written consent of the BallGame Blitz and Worthy Road Studios is prohibited. And this company also produces other high school and college games also on the BallGame Blitz network. And Union University, they do just about everything over there. And, of course, with the controls tonight is Summer Sturgis and, of course, Christopher upstairs on the camera, and Paul Schuessele, the executive director here. You'll be getting multiple shots, and we want to welcome all the folks out in Boulder, Colorado that is watching this exciting contest between the Boulder High School Panthers and the Jackson Christian School Eagles. Boulder High comes in with a 2-3 record, having lost the game last night to Jackson Southside, which is a very powerful baseball team in West Tennessee and has long tradition, just like the Eagles do here. Eagles come in off of a loss also last night. They lost 7-2. Their record is 7-2, and they are 1-1 in their district play, as that was a district game last night. You can see the umpires and coaches exchanging lineups, going over a few of the ground rules. We'll tell you more about this field and its history and some things like that. But two coaches that know each other. John Whitehead, the Boulder coach, played over at TCA and also coached there at one time. Jace McLean, the head coach of the Jackson Christian School Eagles, he not only played here on a state championship team, he was an assistant and moved up to the head coaching position. And we've got some fine assistants that we will be mentioning in this contest. And I didn't get a chance to get the normal scouting report. Did talk to John. Of course, knew John when he was a young man. His parents are here, and he was quite an athlete in his days at TCA. That's Trinity Christian Academy of Jackson. There's more than one Trinity Christian in the state of Tennessee. And you can see Chase pointing out a few things to his counterparts. Jackson Christian won state championships in 2008 and 2014. I believe that the Panthers won their state championship in 1991. And, of course, John does an excellent job. We'll say this about him. All you Boulder fans, all good things come with time and patience. He will build you a ball club. Same thing here. I think the folks at Jackson Christian School, seeing the results of Chase building this program, improving, and out to an outstanding 7-2 record right now. And they did not give us, normally they do the umpires' names, but it will be an interesting game. Just two umpires used. Now, in tournament play in Tennessee, you use more than that. Both schools are National Federation. Glad to have our young men from Boulder here, and they hopefully had a great trip. I have coached and traveled a little bit. And what we're going to do now, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll talk some baseball and be ready to start this game. Let's take that time out. Fleet Feet, your locally owned source for the best shoes for school, work, running, and everyday comfort. They offer a 3D scan of your feet and professional fitting. Fleet Feet sells the top-selling brands Hoka, On Cloud, and Brooks. To add comfort to your spikes or other performance shoes, let Fleet Feet fit you for a pair of arch support inserts. Get the quality you want and the service you deserve at Fleet Feet in Jackson on Oil Well Road beside Walgreens.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Tired of going to the dealerships only to see empty spaces? Then come to Carlock Nissan of Jackson. We have over 60 new vehicles in stock and more coming in daily. You can see, feel, and of course smell that new car smell. Save up to $8,600 off MSRP on a new Nissan. Plus, special APR financing as low as 1.9%. It's all at Carlock Nissan of Jackson. You should already be here.
Mention BallGame Blitz Sports Network and receive a free gift.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
And we are back and ready. We had to go away during the starting lineups, but we will pick those up for you and tell you who the starters are. The first three batters for the Boulder Panthers, of course, will be Margulis. Charlie Margulis, he wears number 10. Batting second, Leo Damarauer. He plays second base. And Daniel Balderas Lujan will be the pitcher tonight. And the cleanup hitter tonight is Chase Lewis. He wears number 11. He'll be in center field. David Kimberly in the fifth hitting spot. He will play first base. And we are getting a few things changed because I had a change in one of the lineups I got. Not for Boulders was right, but we wanted to get those kids in. And, of course, we said Kimberly hitting in the fifth spot, wears number 4. He plays first base. And, of course, number 2, Caden, and I want to make sure I get Caden's name right, Calcao. He plays left field. 27 is Gavin Wynn. He'll be in right field. Quinn Frazier wearing number 5, the catcher, same number Johnny Bench used to wear. And Max Matheson on the third base side over there in the hot corner. On the mound, a young man that I have not seen pitch this year, but they tell me he is not bad at pitching, is Braden Wilbanks. And so we'll set the Jackson Christian lineup here in a moment. Innings pitched for Wilbanks, 4.1 innings, 5 Ks, and that's 4.1 means 4 1/3. They have to keep it with the decimal. He's given up 7 hits. And his ERA right now is 3.23. First batter stepping in is the shortstop, Margulis, a right-handed hitter in the back of the box. Has that back cocked a little bit. That one, did it nick him? And the umpire didn't give the signal, but I guess he told him to go on down. So the first pitch is a hits batsman. That puts Margulis on at first. Damarauer will be coming up. Leo plays second base. Hits in a very good spot that you have to be able to bunt, hit, run, take pitches, and now it looks like head coach John Whitehead was going to help him out. There seems to be something with the edge of the bat. And these bats have all been checked by the umpires, as that's part of National Federation rules. Infield for Jackson Christian at double play depth. And here's the pitch. It's low for a ball, 1-0 count. Outfield is straight away. Flag just barely blowing in center field. Pickoff attempt at first, as you see the pictures, brought to you by Worthy Road Studios. Now the field is got shadows everywhere but from where the left fielder is standing to the foul line, so that makes a difference. We'll give you some distances on that. Good lead down at first by Margulis. And it looks like he wants to go, and he is going. There's the bunt. It's foul, and we'll come back and do it with a 1-1 count. Of course, for the folks that don't remember from the opening, and I know it's been a short time ago, you got two young men that have played baseball in the town of Jackson, Tennessee, and, of course, Boulder a long distance away. Glad to see them. Unfortunately, the Boulder team for them lost to Jackson Southside 10-0 last night. Jackson Christian lost 7-2 in a district game to Tipton Rosemark, who they'd beaten 2-0 on Monday. Here's the pickoff attempt at first. It's close, but he got back safely. Holt on first, and we'll set that infield for you in just a moment. Austin Kelly, who pitched yesterday's at short. Reed Cooper's at second base. And at third, Zach Creasy. That's your normal infield you see when Kelly's not pitching. They say that one is outside, or actually it's 2-1 now. I have to get used to these slower mechanics that the National Federation and TSSAA has engineered for high school baseball, and did some games for Freed Hardeman, and they've gone into the college leagues with it. Runner going, it's swung on, fouled off the top of the plate. And the runner will go back. Evens count at 2-2. And again, Jackson, Tennessee, 80 miles from Memphis, 121 from Nashville, and home of Carl Perkins. For those of you, Carl moved here from Lake County but lived in Jackson most of life. He's the man that wrote Blue Suede Shoes, even though a lot of other people did it. Carl had a hit with it too. Pitch, curveball. He fouled it off, fighting it off tough as Damerour. Waiting to come on is Daniel Balderas Lujan. And as some people know, I use Game Changer, and Game Changer's not wanting to cooperate today. We'll see what happens with it. We've got a scorebook. We always do it the old-fashioned way. Here's one hit on the ground. Could be two. The flip to short, over to first in time. It's a twin killing. 4-6-3, you would score it. And that erases the runner on first, bringing up Balderas Lujan to the plate. He'll pitch today. And we've got a replay over here. You get to see the twin killing again. Outfield staying straight away, although they have backed up a couple of steps. That pitch a little high. And the pitch, a little low, 2 balls, no strikes. You don't want to fall behind. And Game Changer has decided it wants to cooperate with me. Will Banks on the mound. He's thrown 6 pitches. There's his 7th. And it is high, 3-0. Let's see if the automatic take is on. Usually is at 3-0, even if you are the third hitter, which would bring up the cleanup man for Boulder. That one right down Main Street for a strike. So it's 3-1, 2 outs in the inning. Top of the first. Obviously no score after the double play. Here's the pitch. Fouled off, out of play. And a lot of parents are very happy because part of the parking lot is up there where it was fouled off. Didn't hit a car. And, Paul, we got to get a sound. Our executive director who's shooting the game too and helping out. He's going to give you some replays. Looked like a little curve. Hit straight to center field. And in center field, making the catch is J.T. Mullins. No runs, no hits, no errors. No one left on base at the end of a half inning of play. It's Boulder nothing and Jackson Christian coming to bat. Let's take a timeout on Worthy Road Studios after the replay.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
And we've still got some warm-up tosses being taken as we come back. You're on a Worthy Road Studios / BallGame Blitz broadcast. It will be on Jackson Christian Facebook page live right now if you know of somebody that wanted to see it and didn't know that it was happening that way in Boulder or here in Jackson, Tennessee. Please tell them. Also, this game will be archived tonight. Not sure what time. We know usually by 10 o'clock the length of the game. It will be archived on YouTube. You go to Worthy Road Studios YouTube network and you type in the game. You say Jackson Christian versus Boulder, or you can say Boulder versus. Make sure you put baseball down and also the date, because we've got so many games going that you don't want to go to the wrong game. But some great baseball games on there, some really good teams. I know the USJ athletic director, Derek Pritchard, is here today. And, of course, he coached with Coach Whitehead, and he knows Chase McLean, the coach, quite well. And a lot of good parents from both teams here. Here comes the man himself, Easton Jones, who has been the leadoff man pretty much, batting .423. He's got 4 RBIs, but he scored 9 big runs on this young season. Slightly open stance, and it was a ball, but that one was one of those. Umpire really gave it a good look. It was cutting edge, but just missed by a millimicron. There's the second pitch again, keeping the ball low, which is hard on the hitter, Balderas Lujan. So it's a 2-0 count. We're in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. It'll go to the third baseman. Takes the big hop. The long throw to first, and he'll be safe with a single to start the Jackson Christian inning. Austin Kelly will come to the plate, the right-handed hitting shortstop. Wyatt Jones on deck, and the cleanup hitter is Zach Creasy. Now, for folks that are used to, after starting with softball tomorrow, we'll be over there. We'll have a longer pregame show. Always get all the little technical things worked out. Austin Kelly, a good hitter himself at .296. He's got 7 RBIs, can handle the bat. Here's the pitch, driven into the gap. It's going to get down. It should go all the way to the wall, or almost about a foot to center field races. One man streaking towards the plate, and he holds up. And the good thing, Chase McLean came way up the line. Good job by the Boulder team on their relay and throw, as Lewis got it and got it back quickly into the relay man. Runners at second and third after Kelly's double. Or actually, yes, second and third. And that brings to the plate Wyatt Jones, batting .323. He's the DH today, normally our catcher, but he caught late last night, and a good move by the manager or head coach, Chase McLean, to give him a day's rest. He's hit one down the line. Will it stay fair? And it is. It's good. It looks like a racetrack right now. Relay team, 1 run has scored. 2 runs, the second one streaking to the plate. That one gets away. And good job, though, of covering behind each other, even though it rolled to that fence. Shortstop hustled over. And Wyatt Jones with the RBI double. And we will score that early for him. And that will bring up the third baseman, Zach Creasy, who also plays basketball. He hits .370. His on-base percentage is .424. He has scored 10 times. And I think he has scored the most of the starters this year. Has 4 stolen bases to go with that. Balanced stance, kind of even with the plate. Outfield straight away. Here's the pitch. Just missing. Boy, those pitches are close, but these young men work on their batting. I saw the Boulder team taking batting practice. Of course, the young men from Jackson Christian work hard also. They have gotten better. They have gotten a much better start than they did last year in these early games, and they've played some tough teams. Here's the pitch. It's a strike, and it pops out of the mitt, and the catcher hustles over there. I like Frazier's hustle. I also like his number besides Johnny Bench wearing that number. It makes me think about I was a youth once upon a time, but I forgot how young I was once. Old man now. Anyway, good hitter at the plate in Zach Creasy with Jones down at second. Wyatt also a mean linebacker in football, but he'll be graduating this year. Dancing around down there. The pitch, the bender didn't bend quite enough, stayed kind of inside, and it's a 2-ball, 1-strike count. No outs in the inning. Creasy looks. The pitcher, Banderas Lujan, looks in. And it looks like ball 3. And I said Bandoleros, Balderas. I coached at Bandoleros at Jackson Northside when I was still coaching. Somebody just sent me a text, how old are you, Coach? I'm 71. So, and that's the reason I'm doing play-by-play in color of different ball games. Working with Worthy Road Studios, my compadre Paul Schultze next to me, who is the executive producer, but he's also the owner. Here's a ground ball. The shortstop should handle it. He's up over to first. And there is one out in the inning, but the runner advances. Margolis came up, shot one over to first base to Kimberly for the first out in the inning. Here comes the first baseman who can pitch a little. He's been a designated hitter. He's playing in the field today, Carson Holt, overcoming some leg injuries, and you'll see the shin guard is actually, or the guard is actually on the back leg. And a lot of people have it on the front. He's a left-handed hitter, has power. And they say that one was a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes. His sister, very good softball player and a very good post player in basketball. His mom and dad, both great athletes. Here's the pitch. Got under it a little more than he wanted to. He saw one he liked. We'll see if the runner tags because it's going to be a short one. Center fielder comes in, and he will run it in wisely. Good job by Lewis in center field to handle it. Holt has flied out to center. And that brings up Eli Terry to the plate. Eli, as they say in the record, Eli is coming. And we know we don't have any 3-dog night here tonight. But Eli Terry is hitting .400. His on-base percentage is .692. There's the pitch, a little low. Eli can handle that bat. Does a great job in left field also. Outfield, only the center fielder shaded 1 step maybe, and that may be so he can see around his pitcher and the umpire. Everybody else straight away. Here's one drilled. It's a hit in the hole. He'll get an RBI, and scoring is Wyatt Jones, and it's a 3-0 lead, as you can see on our Thompson and Smith scoreboard for the Eagles. And a solid single to left field for Eli Terry, bringing up Hardin Minot. He is the second baseman today. It's the first time I've seen Hardin this year, but we'll check his stats out. And right now he has no stats, batting .000 because I think this is his first game to play and hit. Now he's gotten in some, a strike as you saw there. Everybody at normal depth, even though the first baseman's holding. He's giving a good target, and here's the pitch. Swinging, strike 2, and there's a throw down to first. Nice throw, but back in time was Eli Terry. Daniel Balderas Lujan on the mound. Young pitcher, it looks like he's got a lot of promise as a pitcher. There's the runner going. His pitch is outside. The throw to second. And they say he got the right arm around there. And so you've got a runner in scoring position. And here's the replay. It was close. I will let you be the judge. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, a runner at second. Minot, the hitter, wears number 19. And it's going to run it to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Now, if we had 2 runners on, we could say the deuces are wild, but you can't say that because you got to have that 4th deuce or a 2. 2 outs. Balderas Lujan's pitch driven to left field. Going back, camping under it, but it's off the wall. Trying to get it. 1 run will score, and streaking into the plate is Hardin Minot. He gets an RBI out of that. And J.T. Mullins, the fine fielding center fielder that bats left-handed, will be up there next. J.T. only hitting 185. He makes good contact, but he has hit some atom balls, meaning right at him. Now, there are 2 John Whiteheads today, and I see the dad of Coach Whitehead. Left-handed hitter, kind of middle of the box as far as positioning, or really with the plate. There's a attempt to steal at third, and I believe he's going to be in there. Slid towards the back part of the base for a stolen base. And we found out that Minot has some speed there. And like I said, this is our first time now. Kind of towing there close to the middle of that box is J.T. Mullins. J.T. has scored 4 runs this year, and he's gotten 3 big RBIs. Has capability to steal bases. And it works outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Jackson Christian with a 4-0 lead. 4 runs on 5 hits. There's been no errors in the contest. We're in the bottom of the first. Good pitch, very good pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and again we got the 1-runner situation. Balderas Lujan with 22 pitches unofficially. I'll get an official pitch count. And a swinging strike 3, and that one had a little mustard on it. Juiced, or whatever you want to say, it got in there fast. 4 runs on 5 hits, 1 man left on base, and at the end of 1 full inning of play, Jackson Christian leads Boulder High School 4-0. Let's take a timeout.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
And we are back. It's the top of the second. Lewis will lead off, the center fielder. Lewis, a right-handed hitter. Steps out just a little bit. That also gives his coach time to get down there. And that one hit the bat. That's one of those unfortunate strikes. Makes the count 1-1. No outs in the inning. Lewis leading off. Fouls that one off, so it'll go to 1-2. Chase Lewis, the batter, made a great play when a ball got to the fence. It was a clear hit, but he got it back in time to hold the runners up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. High. That one looked like it was supposed to have been a curve ball, and it was released a little high and didn't break I could be wrong. We have a side angle. Normally, we are straight behind, but we're in our mobile studio, broadcasting from the first baseline. Took the string off of it, gets away from the catcher, so he'll get an assist. The first baseman will put out, but it's still a strikeout. So Chase Lewis goes down swinging. That's aggressive. David Kimberly, the first baseman. I didn't get a chance to ask, but David looks like he could play a little basketball too. Looks like a multi-sport athlete up close to the front of the box. This one drilled if it stays fair, but it doesn't. It's foul by about a foot. Paul's picture is probably better description of it, and you saw it how far. It was about 2 feet really outside and foul. Great camera work by Christopher up on top. Christian, I mean. We've got a lot of employees. You ought to see Worthy Road Studios. Christian up on top there doing the work with that camera. Nice pitch, but it's 1-1. One out. David Kimberly at bat. Here's one on the ground. Austin Kelly goes into the hole. Jump throw. It'll have to take the bounce. Did it get there in time? And the umpire says yes, it did. 6-3. If we've got a replay on that one, I'm sure fans. And you see him jump throw, and it bounced in there, but that's the way good fielding by Holt at first. This is Kelly going into the hole. Picks it up. Jump. Here's the throw. Watch it bounce one time. The stretch, and it was close. It was close, but an out. 2 outs in the inning. Calcayo up there. Caden Calcayo, right-handed hitter also. His first plate appearance in this contest. We're in the top of the second. Here's one drill down the third baseline. That is a solid hit. Let's see if he goes for 2. Yes, it took the left fielder deep. Here is the peg cut off, and with the bent leg slide is Calcayo with a big double. Now he's in scoring position with 2 outs, so he'll be off with the crack of the bat. And that brings up Gavin Wynn, the right fielder, wears 27. He, too, is a right-handed hitter. And I haven't really mentioned this and should have. Mine is catching today, and he looks good. Normal catcher is DHing today. That's Wyatt Jones. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled off the top of the plate. And we're going to have to, is that Coach Whitehead? We're going to have to give an error or two over there. We tease about that with the coaches and stuff. A little silence, which is unusual. No ball, 1 strike count, a runner at second with 2 outs. He'll be going with the crack of the bat. There's the curveball popped up. First baseman Holt gives chase and then sees it's going to drift out of bounds. And I think I need to score an error on all of the fans over there. And didn't make the catch. You know, somebody might have run out there with some NIL money if they had made the catch, the fans, but they're not going to get any now. Will Banks pitching tonight. There's another one that had a little breaking to it and fouled off to the right side. Will Banks has thrown 25 pitches now. Wears number 28. He's a good-sized right-hander. Outfield straight away. You're at Mural House Field. We've got a beautiful field, but a great-looking scoreboard also. Not much room behind home plate. There is some room, but what you got to watch for is pass ball. Oh, they got the pickoff move on and getting back very quickly and did a good job is Calcayo. Calcayo did a good job. He anticipated that, but that's one of those, I know you're there, don't get too big a lead. Reed Cooper snuck over there. There's one that just misses. Temptation pitch, 1-2 with 2 outs, runner at second. Right fielder is deep, and that right field line is, it's a little shorter there, that the line is, but now it starts to get deeper. and winds up being 375. That one just missing. The curve was a little low. And it gets higher in right center field, but it's about an 8-foot fence. Center field's got a 15-foot high fence. And our center field camera has to get put there sometimes. And that's no easy task. The 2-2 pitch with a runner on second, 2 outs. And they're going to punch him out. You put your K in there backwards. That indicates he didn't swing. And 1 runner on, 1 hit. No runs were scored, and 1 man left on base. And at the end of 1 1/2 innings of play, Jackson Christian leads Boulder 4-0. Let's take a timeout here on Worthy Roads.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Carlac Prestige is not your typical used car dealer. We have everything from a Porsche to this, and lots more. We inspect and repair all our vehicles. Ask us to prove it. We will.
Carlac Prestige, Van Drive, Jackson.
And we are back as stepping into the plate. Looks like we'll be Reed Cooper. Reed at second base today, played third yesterday. He shows bunt. And it was a little short. That one was one of those pitches. The front of the home plate is 60 feet, 6 inches. That was 60 feet and 4 inches. It hit the ground, so 1 ball, no strike count. Pitch on the way and a strike call right on the dotted line, the black part of the plate there at the knees. Valderas Lujan with a 1-1 count comes to the plate. And strike 2, 1-2, and he had some smoke on that one. Balderas Lujan is a senior. He's 6 foot tall. According to what we were given, 175 pounds. He put it behind it. This one has some muscle put on it, but it's going to stay in play. The center fielder, Lewis, drifts over and does a good job of fielding that one. And as we told you, it is to center, that one more left center. About 360 there to left center. Didn't get the wall. There's 1 out in the inning. And here comes Easton Jones, who was on with a single and scored there in the first inning. We are in the bottom of the second. Slightly open stance, as you see. That one stayed high. Outfield appears to be playing straight away, although there may be a step or 2 gap in left center. Oh, swinging. He liked that high one. And that's one you really want to lay off of. But Easton took a nice, healthy cut. Matter of fact, that cut was so hard the cold wind probably froze 3 fans in the front row. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's fouled straight back. And we see the catcher, Frazier, jump out there. Young man very active behind the plate. He'll give a signal at the 1-2 for the 1-2 pitch with 1 out to Balderas Lujan. Here's the pitch. That will be a ball, so it evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. See Todd Lumley talking to the first base umpire. He's the first base coach down there. Chase McLean over at third. Brian Bullard in the dugout. That one gets away, but nobody on. But I like the way the catcher looked, and he's checking. And it's still going to be a 3-2 count. So Balderas Lujan looks in, 3-2 pitch on the way, a swinging strike 2. And trust me, fans, That one was the number one pitch, accelerating, coming to the plate for the second out. Austin Kelly, the shortstop, who had a double and scored in that first inning, will be at the plate. Austin hitting .296, probably is up around 300 now. Here's one hit on the ground. The shortstop wants it, takes the crow hop step, throws to first, and the third out of the inning. In the third inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base at the end of 2. Jackson Christian 4, Boulder nothing. Boulder coming to bat in the third. Let's take a timeout.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
And we are back ready for the third inning as the catcher, Quinn Frazier, comes to the plate. Quinn wears number 5. He can also pitch, play infield. 5'10", and a junior. Here's one fouled off, an 0-1 count. Very valuable man to have on your squad that can play all of those positions. Will Banks' pitch. That one looked like it was the slow curve thrown. Of course, John Whitehead, the head coach for Boulder. Here's the pitch. Drill to center field. Easton Jones goes back, fields it, and puts it away for the first out of the inning. Brings up Max Matherson, the third baseman. Of course, he is a freshman, 5'11". Kind of crowds the line just a little bit. Makes it tough on the pitcher, but the pitcher's going to reclaim his territory. And it looks like Will Banks is going to throw a lot of, some people call them deuces, curve balls, breaking balls. He'll throw it at different speeds. There's one popped up out in the outfield. Easton Jones calls him off for the second out of the inning. And that goes back to the top of the order now. Margulis, the shortstop, who was hit by a pitch in the first. And we will get Paul Schultze to help us as one of our lineup cards dropped. And if I didn't have such a great memory, and just joking, thank you, Paul. Paul, our executive producer. Summer Sturgis producing and directing. 2 outs in the inning. That one a nice framing by Minot. 1 ball, no strikes. Of course, besides Coach Whitehead, Tony Kakeo is an assistant coach. Mitch Frick is here, and Andrew Bloom. That one is low for ball 2. Andrew Bloom, the JV head coach, is also helping out as an assistant. And Matt Favada not here tonight. I understand he works with pitchers. And the pitch. That one got that black edge of the plate, so it's 2-1. The hitter, of course, is Margulis. He wears number 10, Charlie Margulis. Swinging strike, so the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs, no runners on. Checking the players, everybody, the outfield straight away. Infield at normal depth, not really shading anybody. Will Banks has his sign. Comes to the plate. That one had some mustard on it, a little zip, but it was outside. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Charlie Margulis would like nothing better than get on the base and maybe get something started for Boulder Panthers with 2 outs. There's the pitch. Popped up. Can they get to it? And it falls in the dugout. And even if you'd run into the dugout like that past the players, that one would have been out of play. So a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Charles Margulis, a junior. Here's the pitch. Swung on, drilled into the gap. It looked like it was going to get down for a minute, and Easton Jones actually outran the baseball. Starts say football because he also plays football. So there were no runs in that inning, and we're going to see a replay. Now, the unusual part, and we'll hold it here and just do a 30-second commercial quickly, is Easton Jones made all 3 outs. He fielded all the way. There were 2 flies in that line drive, and he literally outran the baseball. Let's take that short timeout.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
We are great. Love the great pictures we get. Christian doing a great job on top with that camera. The other cameras, some are stationary, top of the flight equipment. Now, you will see this game, and it will be shown on YouTube with the replay in highest definition. Paul, correct me if I'm wrong about that. 720 is going to be the replay? Okay. It'll be in 720 speed tonight. YouTube always looks good there. And, again, we welcome our fans from Jackson Christian and from Boulder High School. As you saw the pitch, 1 ball, no strikes. Wyatt Jones, who's the designated hitter up there tonight. Wyatt, solid hit with the shortstop. Margulis comes up with it, shoots it over to first, and you've got 1 out in the inning. And last night I had some people say thank you because they try to keep scorecards at home. And you go 6-3. The shortstop, number 6, on the way they scored. First baseman is 3. So 6-3 for the first out. And it brings up Zach Creasy. Zach did a great job, even though he was out short to first in that inning. In the first inning, he advanced the runners. Carson Holt waiting to come on. Balderas Lujan with 35 pitches. Boy, there's a screaming line drive. Gets by the third baseman. That is definitely a base hit towards that fence. Let's see if we get the no slide needed. A stand-up double for Zach Creasy. Who's one of the outstanding young basketball players here. So with 1 out and Zach Creasy on second, Carson Holt strides to the plate. Daniel Balderas Lujan with 36 pitches in the contest. Now 120 you have to come out, but he's nowhere close, and neither is Will Banks, the Jackson Christian pitcher. Swung on, hit high, back under it, patting the glove, and returning to second is the runner Creasy. Holt gave it a good ride. I think he would have loved to have maybe either hit it down the line or pulled it a lot more. If he'd pulled it more, it would have gotten into the gap. And we've got a high sky here, even though the sun's setting. You folks out in Colorado know about those high skies. Coming to the plate, Eli Terry. And he tattooed one the last time up there. He scored in the first inning. And the tattoo was just for a hard single. Where's number 6? The runner at second. There are 2 outs. Gracie is a good base runner. And a wise move by Balderas Lujan to step back, force the runner to go back. Second baseman and shortstop from time to time, they play games, but they've got to get back to their position unless there's a true pickoff, and usually it's called. He looks the runner back. Got under that one. Eli would like to have it back. The center fielder, Lewis, comes and gets it and does a good job. He's a very good center fielder. For the third out, there was 1 hit, no runs, 1 man left on base, and the score at the end of 3, Jackson Christian 4 and Boulder nothing. We'll take a timeout here on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
Looking for a new and exciting career? At Jackson State Community College, we offer nationally recognized, top-rated programs designed to greenlight your career for success. With courses available in the health sciences, nursing, computer technology, and much more, your next step towards a career starts here at Jackson State. Learn how Jackson State Community College can greenlight your future at greenlightyourfuture.com.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
We are back with Leo Damarova up at the plate. He is a right-handed hitter. Wears number 4. He's a junior. Jackson Christian leading. Here's a bunt laid down. It's a nice one. Let's see how Will Banks, he underhand tosses for the out. Pretty good bunt. I know that Damarova would like to have had the ball a little closer to the baseline, but you can tell he's got some good bunting skills. Score that one 1-3. First out in the inning. And this brings Daniel Balderas Lujan up there, who has really pitched a creditable game. He just had that 1 inning with 4 runs. There's the curveball, and you saw it bend then. The curveball is not an optical illusion. I forgot the name of the major league pitcher back in the old days that said you can stand behind a big old pole, and he said, I'll whomp you to death with curveballs. Here's one drilled deep. Easton Jones on his horse, reaches up, gets it with a nice running catch by Easton Jones to dead center field. Balderas Lujan drove it a long way, but Easton Jones says it's mine. And we know now he's got at least 5 or 4 putouts in this contest. Coming to the plate, Chase Lewis. He struck out his last time up there. He's up towards the front of the box. Here's one. Kelly goes in the hole, sets the crow hop step. Will he get it there in time? No, they didn't field it. And we'll see what the official scoring is on that. They're going to call it an E6. E6. So Lewis on with a E6. And that brings up David Kimberly, who grounded out shortstop to first, his first time up. Where's number 24? Kimberly is playing first base. He is a senior. Good jump in the peg down to first, but not in time. Getting back very quickly was the runner. And that was Lewis on with the error. Looks like Kimberly stepping out, may have gotten a bug in his eyes. Believe it or not, this early here in Tennessee, a few bugs are out, although we've had some cold weather, and now we've got some hot, and then it's back to cold for a little bit. We'll have rain on Friday here. And there's a peg to first trying to get him. That's more of, I know you're there, don't get the big lead. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. David Kimberly, the senior first baseman, up to hit. Will Banks pitch. The bender stayed a little high that time. Okay, there's the runner at first. And, of course, we got the hitter now, but I was looking and gets his lead, getting towards the edge of the cutout. Will Banks looks in, checks the runner, got that glance check. There's a pitch, and it gets away from the catcher, kind of like hatching an egg then. Came out the bottom of the mitt. All these mitts now have what's called a break hinge. There was a mitt that used to just have a round pocket, and it didn't really break hinge. These even fold over somewhat like a first baseman's glove. There's a little jump turn, a little quicker move, and that time Lewis had to get back a little quicker. 2 outs in the inning, 3 ball, no strike count. Let's see if Will Banks, I've got Dennis Wimberly on my mind, and he got the strike just below the shoulder, so 3-1. Set of signs from Coach, and I call him Coach since I know him so well, and John Whitehead down there. Just spoke to his dad a while ago. He came by the booth. I'm glad to hear him. And he gave the young man some encouragement. Running on it and fouled it off, so we'll go 3-2 and do it again. I kind of thought that he was ready to put the first base runner in motion then, and no, it wasn't 3-2. It is now 3-2. 2 outs. The senior first baseman, David Kimberly at the plate. Lewis on first. Will Banks throws. This one popped up and out of play. Braden Will Banks, and we'll see what they've got. Unofficially, I've got 49 pitches. We'll check, and it looks like that is going to stand up and be the official pitch count on him. Kimberly 0 for 1 in this contest. Outfield deep and straight away. Runner off, it's outside, and there'll be runners on first and second. David Kimberly draws the walk. Caden Calcao, who doubled his first time up, strides to the plate. He'll be wanting to put his team on the board. If you can see it in the picture, actually we're showing the pitcher now and had the batter up there. Coach Whitehead giving some instructions and changed his position so the runner could see him. Just missing, it was outside. It might have been called a strike, but it would have had been about 2 inches back towards the plate. So a 1 ball count to Calcao. And he had a big double a couple innings ago. Now that is a pickoff move, and Braden Wilbanks did not have to throw the ball, but he did anyway. And the second baseman was there. You have to throw to first. And we should be, if we had gotten on a little earlier, we're going to talk about some of the rules. And we'll be with softball tomorrow, Jackson Christian softball. Here's one fouled off. Now, some teams are moving games around, and this game is not on your schedule, Jackson Christian fans, but it's not moved because of the weather potential Friday. Both teams needed an extra game, and it's not going to be counted as the district game, but TCA will be visiting the Lady Eagles. There's the pickoff move, and you saw you don't have to throw it. It's not a balk. We don't have the parabolic mic here today, but sometimes I heard some fan from the other side holler balk. It's not a balk. Now, if you'd done that to first base, it would have been a balk unless you run the play where you step back, act like you're throwing the third with first and third. Swinging, strike 2. Had a good, healthy cut. Calcao went after that low one. Now he's got to guard the plate with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Braden Wilbanks at 54 pitches officially. Strong right-hander. Likes the curveball. Outfield straightaway. Second baseman playing a few games, so that'll alter his position a little bit. Swinging strike 3 to end the inning. There were no runs in the inning. 2 men left on base. The score at the end of 3.5 innings of play still in favor of Jackson Christian, 4-0. Let's take a timeout on the Ball Game Blitz and Jackson Christian Facebook.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way. Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
And we are back. I've been informed there are some of the crowd watching us. Let me tell you where to go. You got 2 guys, Greg Armour, and you got Chuck Ray over there cooking tonight. And those hamburgers and hot dogs are great. The popcorn's good. Go by the concession stand. Up at the plate is Hardin Minot. He's catching today and has done a good job. Young fella had an RBI, and he's 1 for 1 back in the first. He is the heir apparent to when Wyatt Jones, the designated hitter tonight, graduates. He won't be the designated hitter. He'll be the main man behind the plate. Two balls, no strikes. Just missing 3-0 count as Daniel Balderas Lujan is wanting a strike right here. Here's the 3-0 pitch. There's his strike he wanted. 3-1 the count. Third baseman even with the bag off the line about 8 feet. Everybody else at normal depth. Outfield straight away. Shortstop now makes a slight adjustment. Here's the pitch. Strike 2. Comes back with 2 strong strikes and tough spots to hit. Throwing at number 1, the fastball. Let's see what is brought to Hardin Minot, the catcher. Wears 19. The curveball just missed. The umpire gave it the extra long look. And so Minot stays at 1 for 1 tonight. He's a runner at first. There'll be a courtesy runner. Maybe Jack Collins, who can also play right field. And picked off a couple of passes and took them to the house in football this season. Brings Eli Terry up there. Oh, no, that's not Eli, that's JT. JT Mullins, left-handed, wears number 7, Mickey Mantle's old number. He's in the back of the box. They're running. There's Collins running. There's the peg. It's going to be late. And I'm going to tell you what, Frazier got out of there quick. And I know you say it bounces. Well, sometimes you can throw it on AstroTurf. It'll even pick up speed. But Collins, he is quicker than a hiccup. And sometimes he's got more moves than a hula girl. JT Mullins at the plate. JT would love to get that run in right now. He plays center field, does such a great job. Makes good contact, usually hitting only 185, which is unusual for him. Has an on-base percentage of .290. check of the runner, and he was bunting, had the angle of the bat and everything tipped just a little bit where it could only go foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. He wanted to change that, and he will. He's usually a very good bunter. Balderas Lujan on the mound, the senior. Checks the runner. The second time comes to the plate. Bunt down to third baseline. Trying to make that third baseman field it, and it's going to be a bunt single. So Mullins on with a hit. That helps the old batting average. And into third is Jack Collins running for the catcher. That will bring up Reed Cooper. Reed flied out to center field to Lewis the last time. So Reed Cooper, the second baseman, coming up there. Let's see what he does. There are no outs in the inning. If they let him hit away, infield's at double play depth right now. He's bunting. It's a safety squeeze, and I think they've got the runner picked off. And so 1 out. So you get a fielder's choice for Reed Cooper. That one was a little too close to the pitcher. You have to make the third baseman field that one. And I thought it was going to be a safety squeeze. He was coming and couldn't reverse course. So 1 out in the inning. And score that one. That runner is erased. And that was Jack Collins running for Minot. We've got runners at first and second now with 1 out. Fielder's choice on the plays, how you score it. Mullins at second now, Reed Cooper at first. Easton Jones, the center fielder, who's 1 for 2 tonight at the plate. Scored in that first inning. Here's the pitch. That's a strike right over the outside corner of the plate. And let's see if there's that checking, keeping his pitches and things like that. You can keep those little notebooks in your hip pocket, and it's okay. Straightaway in the outfield, except for center, shading to right field about 3 steps, and that, again, could be to see around the pitcher. They pick off attempt. You don't have to throw it. Runner got back. Balderas Lujan, that was wisdom there to hold it. Sometimes you throw it when you don't have it. Open stance by Easton Jones. That front foot is towards third base. He'll bring it towards the pitcher as he strides. That one a little outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We are in the bottom of the 4th. .310 down that left field line. That one is going to be outside. Good eye by the batter. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 runners on. Infield still at double play depth. And the pitch. That'll be outside. 3-1. Let's see what the brain trust for Jackson Christian, Coach McLean, his assistants, Brian Bullard and Todd Lumley, come up with. Just a small set of signals. Trying to get the runner to go back. There's ground ball in the hole. They'll hold. Let's see. They're going to wave him on. I thought they might hold him up. Here comes a nice peg, and it's going to be close. They got him, and that is a proper call. And everybody executed. Left fielder just made a little better shot to the plate. So it's a base hit. We're going to get a replay on this one and see this one. 2 outs with runners at first and second now. Score that 7-2 for the second out. Calcao with a dandy throw. I mean, it was on the money. I know his dad's proud of him. So are the fans. Here's a base hit. Let's see if they try to score on that one to the right fielder. And they're going to hold it up and have bases loaded. Cut off by Kimberly, the big first baseman. And a nice throw by Wynn from right field. Bases are jammed. Ducks on the pond, as some people like to say. High drama, bringing up Wyatt Jones. And Austin, I am sorry I failed to mention you setting up all that stuff. But you've got Austin Kelly at first, Easton Jones at second, Reed Cooper at third, and here is Wyatt Jones, who's hitting third today. Holt in the cleanup spot. Jones is 1 for 2 today and has scored. Takes a strike one. Jones had a double back in the first inning. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch. Grounded third baseman, bounces up. He's going to throw to first. It's safe, and a run scores on a fielder's choice. They may signal a hit, but I would go, actually I'd call it an error. So you've got E5. And the run has scored. Here's the pitch. Zach Creasy hits one deep. It is out of here. Mr. Wilson, we need a new baseball. And after we see this, hopefully we'll have time for a replay as Zach Creasy has hit a home run, and 5 runs have crossed the plate in this inning. It's 9-0. And here comes John Whitehead out to talk to his senior pitcher. So everybody has scored on there. 5 runs are in this inning. We get so 4 runs across. There was an error in that, so both teams now have committed an error. Carson Holt, and you see the home run trot. And evidently Mr. Spalding or Mr. Wilson, the Tennessee teams, approved ball by the National Federation, use Mr. Wilson's baseball. I wasn't sure about that one. I didn't get to do my normal home run call. But Zach powered that one over. Carson Holt has enough power to get it to that right field fence that's about 15 feet high. And he gets hit in the foot, and he has had some injuries in that foot. Wasn't intentional. That one just got away from the pitcher. So Holt on as a hits batsman. Todd Lumley walks up to check on him, plus to get his guard off of his leg. And that will bring up Eli Terry, who had a single and scored back the first. Flied out to center. Yes, flied out center in the third. Terry will be the 9th man to bat in the order. Where's number 6 plays left field, and there's one downtown. It's a strike. Main Street Express. Balderas Lujan ready for the 0-1 pitch. A little breaking ball for strike 2. So now you have to guard the plate. Terry, the right-handed hitter, just wants to guard it and make contact. Holt, before the injuries, was definitely a threat to steal. Probably won't be this time. Here's one hit on the ground. The big hop, and then it stays low. The shortstop, what a cannon he's got. 6-3 for the third out of the inning. But 5 big runs scored in that inning, and the Eagles lead the Panthers 9-0. Let's take a timeout on the Jackson Christian Facebook with the Ball Game Blitz.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
We offer live webcasting for families. It kind of came out of when so many warriors were going overseas to war. We have learned to offer families more choices, that we want to serve our families well and serve our families better.
And we are back ready for the top of the fifth. The Panthers trailing the Eagles 9-0. 9 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error for the Eagles. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Panthers. Braden Wilbanks has gone all the way for the Eagles. Daniel Balderas Lujan has gone all the way. We'll check our pitch counts here in just a moment. First pitch on the way. It's high, and having to look away a little bit is Wynn. Gavin Wynn, the right fielder up there. Gavin's a sophomore. There's a swing to shortstop. Kelly up over to Holt at first. No, that's Daniel Green has come in, and we will make the adjustment in the scorebook. So 6-3 if you're scoring that way for the first out. Brings up Quinn Frazier with Max Matheson on deck. And Daniel Green now in at first base, and he will hit probably in Holt's spot because he got hit in the foot. Holt did. There's the curveball and a dandy one for a strike. Frazier up there, he's 0 for 1 officially. And we've kind of lost our game stream here for a minute. 1-1 to count. Or this is on Game Changer, not actually on our stream. 1 out. And the hitter is the catcher. There's a swinging strike 2, so 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Braden Wilbanks on the mound, the right-hander. He's only given up 1 hit. Curveball, swinging strike 3. Quinn Frazier goes down for the second out of the inning, and that was a good curveball right there. And we've got a situation with the Game Changers, so I can't give you the pitch count. It's kind of frozen. We'll see if we can get it back. Here's the first pitch for a ball. Max Matheson up there, the third baseman. He's 0 for 1 on the contest. Swings at a ball, a breaking ball. Oh, that's very good. Thank y'all. We're getting treated here. Paul Schultz got it from the great concession stand. Wilbanks with a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Here's one hit to the third baseman. Zach Creasy comes up, shoots a little high, but the sweeping tag by Daniel Green. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. Score at the end of 4.5 innings. The Eagles lead the Panthers 9-0. Let's take a timeout on the Worthy Road Studios Network.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
And we are back. Let's see if there's been a pitching change. I see a left-hander on the mound. We'll pick that up and give that to you in a moment. For Boulder High School, the Panthers won a state championship back in 1991. And let's check the other card here. There is no number 3 on the roster from Max Preps. And I've got one. Toby Schofield is in the game. Okay, we'll get him logged in here, getting his warm-up tosses. And to those in Boulder, if John Whitehead, the head coach, and his assistants helped us as much as he could, I will take credit for forgetting to go over the substitutes' names a little bit. So Schofield on the line here pitching. He takes over after 4 complete innings. And we'll have to pick up and see what other changes have been made. This game changer is not reflecting any changes yet. Normally game changer, very efficient, but it's one of those days. Could be an internet thing. But coming to the plate to lead off, as he did last inning, is the big man as far as the catcher, Hardin Minot. And here's the pitch from the left-hander, Schofield. It's outside and low. And we're still behind. That's what's happening with it. There's a strike. 1-1 to count. Minot has been on with a base on balls. Here's the pitch. Had Minot out front with it. That one he took a little bit off. That's Schofield doing a good job pitching. Where's number 3? Left-handed pitcher, Toby Schofield. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch on the way to the plate. Swinging strike 3, and that one broke, and it broke sharply. Broke down a little more than you usually see out of a slider, but nonetheless, it was a breaking ball for the first out. J.T. Mullen strides to the plate. Will have to face a left-handed pitcher for the first time in this contest. Makes it a little harder when you do. And you're left-handed. He tries to lay a bunt down, and again, the bat angle, it will go out of bounds. He's trying to work that third baseline. Remember, this game brought to you by the pregame, a little shortened today, but pregame brought to you by Great American Sports, so will be the postgame. Replay sponsors Mitchell's Body Shop. Corner logo sponsors Jackson State Community College. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way to J.T. Mullins, and that one hit about 56 feet. Not in front of the plate 56 feet, but remember, plate 60 feet 6 inches. That one hit about 56 to 58 feet. Probably 58's closer estimate. 1-1 pitch, low. That one a little low. Gets a little dirt on it, too. The pitcher tie a shoe, and he called his catcher out just a little bit, and they're going to communicate. Dynamics Physical Therapy, who are the trainers, and we had to use the trainer in the JV game yesterday. They're here. Jones Chevrolet, some great cars. The Blacksmith Restaurant, what good steaks and food. Get the PBLT, that's with pimento cheese on it. And there's one that's low, 3 balls, 1 strike. J.T. Mullins wanting to get on base, get something going. 9 runs in. We would be playing with the 10-run rule if one of the teams scores that 10th run here. And right now, Jackson Christian closer to it at 9-0. Scoreboard, Thompson & Smith Insurance, and we appreciate that scoreboard. Tennessee National Guards, Aloha Pools, Elite Dental. Schoenfield's 3-2 pitch will be on the way momentarily. This one on the ground. It goes right in the hole, and a good bit of hitting. And, yes, JT did mean to hit it that way. Gets on with a single. That's his second hit. He's 2 for 3 in the contest. And our game changer slowly trying to catch up. Reed Cooper wearing number 5 also. A lot of great players. Joe DiMaggio wore that one. Johnny Bench. Runner on first with the left-handed pitcher. Sometimes they're tough to steal on, although Lou Brock loved to steal off left-handed pitchers. 1 ball, no strike to count. Runner takes his lead. The pitcher steps back, which was a good move. JT Mullins has some speed, and he can steal bases. Here's the pitch to the plate. Had a little bend to it, but was outside the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runner at first being held on by Kimberly. Outfield straight away, infield at double play depth. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fouled off, bounces back, it's dead ball. Coach Whitehead picks it up, feels it. He used to be a great player himself, multi-sport man. Chase McLean, a great baseball player, played and coached in state championships here. Pegged down to second and safe. I told you JT is a threat to run. So a runner at second, 1 out. Usually the signals are changed even here in high school because a good base runner that, and the more experienced the juniors and seniors a lot of time, can pick up those signals. Don't forget to tell Ness Realty, Lonnie Cobb Ford, King Jewelers, Bank of Jackson, Arrington Funeral Home Directors, and Kaufman's Furniture, Up City Deli, McCoy's Heating and Air, and Elite Dental that you appreciate all of them bringing you these Jackson Christian games. 2-2 pitch high, so it'll be 3-2. A runner at second and 1 out. The hitter is Reed Cooper. He's 0 for 2 today, but he has made contact on everything, on with an error. Winning, here's one to the shortstop. The hop and the throw, 6-3. And Margulis has got a pretty fair arm over there at shortstop. And he'll lead the inning off, Charles Margulis, the next inning. So there's 2 outs in the inning and a runner at third. Leadoff man Easton Jones is up there. He takes strike 1. He was on with a single the last time. I've got him at 2 for 3 today. Did strike out in the game. He scored twice. Here's the pitch. The curveball gets away. The runner's going to try it. Let's see, he has to get down, but the peg is high. And that could be the ball game because that is the 10th run. We'll see if they're playing with the 10-run rule or going to go through and umpire checking and seeing, and this may be, and we are playing with the 10-run rule. 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the winning Jackson Christian School. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for the Boulder team, Boulder High School Panthers. A well-played game by both, and we will try to get our info up to date here and see what is happening. Let's take a timeout, and we'll tell you that the Eagles have won this contest 10-0 with the 10-run rule. We'll take a timeout here on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Ready for spring cleaning? Don't forget your HVAC system. Somebody needs to clean out all that dust and grime, and that somebody is us. Let McCoy's Heating and Air professionally clean your system so cool air can flow where it needs to go. Schedule now and you can get your cleaning for only $90. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
Fleet Feet, your locally owned source for the best shoes for school, work, running, and everyday comfort. They offer a 3D scan of your feet and professional fitting. Fleet Feet sells the top-selling brands Hoka, On Cloud, and Brooks. To add comfort to your spikes or other performance shoes, let Fleet Feet fit you for a pair of arch support inserts. Get the quality you want and the service you deserve at Fleet Feet in Jackson on Oil Well Road beside Walgreens.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Post-game show brought to you by Great American Sports, a big win. Also want to remind you about two of our newer sponsors. Fleet Feet got the best in athletic shoes. Red Hook, you cannot get better seafood than Red Hook in this town. And go by there and see them. My buddy Joe Gracie likes the scallops there. If you tell them you heard this on Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz, they have a free gift for you. 10-0, a big win by Jackson Christian here. We'll go over the stats for the visiting Boulder Panthers. Daniel Banderas Lohan, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 10 hits, 9 runs, 4 earned runs, 1 base on balls, struck out 2. Toby Schoenfeld came on for 2/10 of an inning in the 5th. He gave up 1 hit, 1 run. One of those was an earned run. No base on balls. He did strike out 1 man. The pitching totals 4 2/3 innings. The game went because of the TSSAA rule. 11 hits, 10 runs, 5 errors, 1 base on balls, and 3 strikeouts by their pitching staff. In the game, we'll go ahead and tell you that Calcao had a double in the game. That was the only hit. Margulis was hit by a pitch. Matheson was on base. The loser tonight is Daniel Balderas Lujan, and he takes a tough loss. He's a good young man. This team falls to 2-4. Let's get the winning Jackson Christian School Eagles, who had 10 runs in a 10-run rule game. Easton Jones was 2 for 3 today, scored twice. Austin Kelly 2 for 3, scored twice. Wyatt Jones was the designated hitter tonight, 1 for 3 with 2 run scores. He did get on base 1 time that was not a hit. He had 2 RBIs in the contest. Zach Creasy had 4 RBIs. He was 2 for 3, and he had the big blow. That was the home run over the left field fence. And Mr. Wilson did give us a new baseball on that one. Carson Holt was 0 for 2, had to leave the game, got hit as a batter in the foot and left the game. 1 for 3 for Eli Terry. Terry did a good job tonight. He also had 1 RBI. Hardin Minot, he was 1 for 2 tonight. He had an RBI. He also got walked. JT Mullins, 2 for 3, scored a run, scored a very important one. Reed Cooper, 0 for 3, but he did get on and score a run. The line total was 25 at-bats, 11 hits for the Eagles, 10 runs, 8 RBIs. They were walked once, and they struck out 3 times. Double by Kelly, Minot, Creasy, and Jones. Home run by Zach Creasy. Total bases, Zach Creasy 6, Austin Kelly 3, Minot 2, JT Mullins 2, Wyatt Jones 2. Holt was hit by a pitch. stolen bases, J.T. Mullins 2, Collins 2, Terry 1, and Jones 1. Pitching, Brad Wilbanks went all the way. He went 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, no earned runs, walked 1, struck out 4, and he had 64 pitches through 83 strikes, and he faced 18 batters, and that is your highlights and totals. What we'll do is give you a little recap of the game very quickly, and then we will wrap this one up, and thank you, and we're glad the people from Boulder enjoyed it. You've got a young team. Be patient with them. They will grow. But Braden Wilbanks didn't allow a single run against Boulder, throwing a complete game shutout and leading Jackson Christian to a 10-0 victory. The Eagles got things moving in the very first inning when they put 4 big runs on there. Wyatt Jones doubled on the first pitch. He was at bat scoring 2. And the Eagles came back and put 5 up in the 4th and then 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Zach Creasy's home run was the big offense in that 5-run inning. And Kyle Kao got the double in the second inning for Boulder. Both teams made 1 error. Wilbanks is the winning pitcher. Balderas Lujan, the losing pitcher tonight, but 2 fine teams. And we are proud to have brought this one. Good to see John Whitehead, who is a favorite here in Jackson. We know what a great coach he is. A lot of his friends were out here tonight. There were some parents. They've got a fine team in Boulder as they drop to 2-4 and have a game with Riverside tomorrow at Parsons Riverside, or Decatur County High School as some people know it at. And I believe the baseball team is off. We'll be doing softball tomorrow as Trinity comes to visit our Lady Eagles, who's having a good softball season behind Coach Jennifer Wheeler, and the pitching of our good pitcher Maggie Richardson, along with the catching. We got several, and we got the signee with Carson Newman, Trinity Brooks, who also played basketball. But a great job by Christian upstairs. Christian Bryson, I am very impressed with that young man. Of course, this is just his 3rd game, and he did great. Of course, you always get an all-star performance out of Summer Sturgis and Paul Schultze, as you can see on our Worthy Road studios. I'm Coach Joe Holloway, and it's time to remind you that this was a copyright broadcast, as you can see the little emblem. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz is prohibited. It's time to say thanks for your time this time. Till next time, good night all.